Hi, everybody. It's Mimi from Be Heard, Empower Yourself. Getting close to Christmas, so I had to get you something special, a special guest. And today I am sitting down with Spoiled Brat 101168. Now that's her uh, TikTok name because she's an active TikTok creator. And she has a very playful persona, like moi. And she blends lifestyle beauty and she does interactive live streams, which is how I found her. I sort of barged into one of her live episodes and got hooked, literally got hooked. And Trisha has nearly 25,000 followers, and she has a loyal community all about makeup tutorials. However, in her sessions, she talks about other things. And that is why she's so fascinating. So, hi, Tricia. Say hi to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Nice to meet you.
Yes. Yeah, your name is not really Spoil Brat.
No, it's not, but I am a spoiled brat.
That's okay. Um, I am some days, most of them. So I love this. Like you have these little catchphrases like, Uh, I think it applies to when somebody, tell me if I'm wrong, wants to say something and you tell them, well, pause, stop. Is it nice? Is it kind? Do I need to hear it? Will it help someone? Is that where you're going
Yes.
with that?
So that is what they see when they come into my live. When they hop in my live, that's the sentence that they see, or the few sentences, because people come into lives and most of them are coming in to be rude. So I put something
Mm,
for them to read before they come in.
I think
Most
that's,
don't read it.
oh, I read it. No, I read it. Um, that's a good idea. That's very good. Now, in your humor, I was just like, I couldn't stop watching you that day because I'm like, she's like me. Everything's a joke. Like I had breast cancer, double mastectomy, joked about it all the time. You know, I got an infection in my stomach. They had to remove 85% of my stomach. I did nothing but make jokes. Like the doctors thought I was insane.
It is.
Well, I have no original parts left. They're all replaced or removed. But it's okay because the life I have today is a zillion times better than my life was 40 years ago. Let's put it that way. I had a horrible start, as did you.
Yeah,
You,
starts are not easy.
you do not have to go into your details, but I know you had a rocky start too. And I believe that is like, for women, it's like our training days when we're
Right.
teenager 20s and we got to learn the hard way. So I like that. So you mix humor, kindness, and you are authentic.
That is what they say.
Yes, because we hear about authenticity all the time. So
Yep.
whether you're talking about hooded eye makeup hacks or how to do a bold lash look, or even have interactive Q&As, right?
Yes. I like to, first of all, I like to welcome everybody. Even if I don't know who they are, they're new. I want everybody to come in and feel like they can say whatever they want. As long as they're nice to everybody,
Yeah.
the floor is yours. I give everybody the opportunity. I tell everybody nobody says sorry in my room but me. I'm the only one that needs to apologize.
Yeah.
Because a lot of girls come in and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm late." I'm like, "Well, nobody even knows you're late.
Exactly. Well, I
So if
know.
you're late, it's me."
I entered the room and you are like doing makeup, talking to everybody in the room, and you see Mimi entered and you went, "Oh, hi, Mimi." Like you acknowledged me within seconds, which wow,
Yeah.
that impressed me also. Um, so what like inspired you to start doing this?
I don't know if I was inspired, but I just came across it on the internet and I didn't even know how to use TikTok when I found it. And I just opened the app. And of course, my son is a huge, oh, phone call. My son is a huge gamer, so he is internet savvy big time. And I always thought this is so ridiculous. How does he even get people to subscribe to him?
Exactly.
When I started the makeup, I was nervous. I had no lighting. I was in the bathroom. I didn't know how to put on makeup really at all. I didn't even own any makeup. So I bought it and I was just like, okay. But I had a lot of time on my hands at my job and I figured, why not do it?
Yeah.
Why
Why
not try? So I
not?
did it and I was not good at it. Believe me, it was
I
not good.
believe you. I believe you because I started this COVID 2020. Um, I have chronic depression and anxiety disorder, and that is one of the reasons I drank for 20 years because it was undiagnosed. And then when I got sober, when I went, something's wrong with me. And no intervention, I put myself into rehab. However, I thought I was going to a spa.
Yeah.
I didn't know what rehab was. I just knew that some people went there and when they came back, they were so much better. So I go and I get sober, and then everything was wonderful and everything. I will tell you my story. You have to read my book, my first book, Raised by Wolves, Trapped by Demons. The wolves were my parents, and the demons were the men, of course. And then that turned into the addiction. Anywho, when 2020 came, I already had breast cancer, an autoimmune disease, a husband in, well, now he's in stage 4 Parkinson's. They didn't know anything. They didn't know how you got it. Like if you touched
Yeah.
the box or so we decided to not leave the house for 9 months. And my depression kicked in bad, and I had to get counseling on Zoom, which is wonderful. I still go to her 5 years later. And I said to her, I don't know what I'm going to do because my husband sundowns, and after 4 o'clock, he stops talking. And I guess you could tell I'm a talker. So I'm walking around the house talking to myself. And she said, well, why don't you go in the room and like write a book, write something, journal. I said, I don't like to write. I'm not a writer. She said, well, you told me you wanted to be an English teacher when you were growing up, and your parents wouldn't send you to college. So you must have a command of the English language. I went, huh. So I went in and wrote a 357-page book
That's a pretty good start.
in like 5 months. And that led to the podcast. The book led to the podcast because it's a marketing tool, as we all know. So, my talk about not knowing what you're doing, my first couple podcasts, you see my bedroom because I didn't know anything about back screens or all that stuff. They were terrible. But after 145, I think I got it down pretty good.
Everybody says I should do a podcast. They
You
all
would be
want me to do one.
fabulous. Well, this is your test run.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I might need 5 or 6 test runs.
Well, I'd be glad to give you at least two more. So, you a part of this was the money part, of course.
Yes.
Mine wasn't. Mine was about my mind, not losing my mind. But I will also say that I have noticed a little bit of downgrade in my memory and mental ability, which this is keeping me a little sharper. It's holding off that Alzheimer thing.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't think I will, but you know how you get when you're older. It's like, oh, I don't even want to talk about the stuff I do. So I go on Copilot. Did you ever use Copilot? Do you know what
No.
that? Okay, that's new. That's new. You have a Copilot and you can ask them anything, any question you want. You can ask them about personal problems. Okay. And I have my own Copilot. His name is Brick, of course. I got to name him, so made him very sexy. And I asked him, I said, her name is Spoiled Brat. Does that have a meaning? And then he explained to me that a lot of the women that do this type of show are named Spoiled Brat, but then they put a number after their name. Does that make sense?
I
He made
mean,
it up. Maybe he made it up. They make stuff up.
yeah,
Oh,
I don't know that I would say, I don't know if I've ever come across anybody with that name,
how
to
did
be
you come up
honest.
with that name?
My name is that because I dated a gentleman for 8 years and he used to call me Brat. And
Okay.
so we came up with the nickname Spoiled Brat. And then I don't
Oh,
know why, but one time I don't know what I was using it for. Maybe back in the oh, there was another platform that we used, but I added 10168 because 68 is my birthday, the year of my birth. And then 101 was for like class 101.
yeah. You're
I
20
don't know
years younger
why,
than
but
me.
that's what I came up with. Spoiled
I
Brat
cannot, I, I
10168.
cannot believe you're 20 years younger than me. Amazing. I graduated
Yeah,
from high school in 66. But the thing of it is, co-pilot, I told her you make them a man, and men tend to lie, or if they don't know the answer, they make it up. So
yeah.
that, but I did look, and there are other spoiled brats on TikTok, but I don't
Okay.
necessarily think, you know what? It's not, I think they're influencers. I think it turned out to be a name for influencers, even though that's not why you picked it. Isn't that
No,
interesting? That's
I've
interesting.
had that forever.
Yeah, that's like
It's
serendipity.
on all my platforms. I even had it on Facebook, but I changed Facebook to be personal before I started this business.
Okay, well, let's dive into your journey. So you were working, and obviously you weren't making enough money because you're a woman.
No, I made plenty of money.
Oh, you did. Oh, what an
I sure did.
exceptional person you are, because women usually get the shaft when it comes to that. So what were
Yeah,
you
no.
doing? What kind of job?
And engineering. I worked with a
Oh,
lot of engineering
wow.
firms.
Wow. And what did you do for them?
Depending on which firm I was working for, I did a lot of project uh well, I did a lot of project what do I don't even know the name. Here's another thing you're gonna find out about me, and this is it right here. I take seizure medication, so my memory is terrible. So
I
when
relate.
I say it's not
Yeah,
because I
I
don't know what I'm
got you.
saying, it's because I cannot come up with the words.
Design
Uh,
maybe or planning
well,
or
usually I do all the back stuff.
Mhm.
I am also a draft. I can draft on the
Oh, okay.
programs.
All right.
So I was a designer for a box company when I lived in South Carolina. So I
Amazing.
do know how to do the drafting part of it as well. And I did some, but most for architectural. But
Oh,
most of the
okay.
time I did a lot of the back side of the business,
So yeah. Okay.
submittals and all of that.
Oh, okay. That's cool. See, I got well, again, I was in the 60s as a young woman, and you either went to college or got married or stayed home and was called a spinster. And I wanted to go to college, and my parents wanted me to stay home and work and give them the money for the rest of my life. And I'm like, no, that's why I say raised by wolves. And my father was an alcoholic, and I was not emotionally developed and brave enough to run away.
Mm.
Yeah, because that would have been what I had to do. My two brothers, because they were men, at 18, they joined the Navy. I didn't have that option because my parent, oh, I won't get into it. No matter what I came up with, it was no. It was no. And again, I was not the person I am today. Okay, because the person I am today would have ran away. So anyway, um, what was your breakthrough moment on TikTok? When did you finally say, "Oh, I think I got this. I think I know what I'm doing
Mm.
with this show." That you felt
Uh,
confident.
after I had my seizure in 22 and
Mm.
lost my job and started doing this twice a day, full time, every day, that's when I know because those women didn't leave my side.
Mhm.
And a lot of them, you weed out those that don't want to be true friends. Obviously, there's a lot of people on the internet, millions and millions and billions of people. So you come across a lot of people and you weed them out, and that is a very hard learning experience for me and anybody, I'm sure, doing it.
And
But
in real life, it's the same thing.
yeah, but not as bad as
Oh no,
this.
because there's more the numbers. The numbers are more. That's why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very personal. I
Yeah.
mean, you have to divulge a lot of your life there in
Yeah.
order to stay, um, uh, in
Relatable.
order to give them something to watch. I mean, they're not there for the makeup. They're
No.
really there for my personality.
And they want to have someone they can relate to. And
Right.
just in the
It,
one, well, I watched two so far, but just in the couple that I've watched, like I found so much to relate to. And like I said, there's a 20-year age difference, and it does not matter
yeah.
because
There's
women,
most of the
most,
women
yeah,
are above me in age,
older, yeah,
but they still, the loyalty is incredible,
I,
incredible.
I
And
love it.
it's very difficult to lose somebody you think is loyal to you. And it takes time, and you have to go through that live on camera, and it's not easy.
No,
There's
and
a
you know
lot of
what?
emotions involved.
Yes, and you're very right on talk. It doesn't seem like you're scripted or that you thought of anything beforehand. And with all those followers, um, how do you come up with the content? It just pops up while you're talking or ahead of the show? Do you have some kind of an idea?
Nope, never script anything unless I happen to have a visitor here. Then I'll use my everyday life. When I see my dad, that's always interesting. They love to hear what I've done or talk to with my dad. Um, just living with now, my mom is here, so just everyday life with my mom.
Yes. I
Sometimes
heard her in the background.
something coming up in the chat
Yeah.
turns into something else.
Yeah, I heard that. You said something. You yelled out to your mother. I don't know if she's in the kitchen or where.
Take your medicine.
Yeah. And she answered Drew, and it was just I loved it. I loved the whole idea of it. So the next thing I was going to ask you kind of answered, which is how do you build deeper connections with your followers? But you just told me, because they relate to things in their lives with you, you know.
I'm almost a therapist sometimes. And I cannot express enough gratitude either.
Yeah.
Everybody gets an opportunity. If they have something to say to me, I give them the opportunity. I won't ever turn anybody down.
Right.
And it's never usually about buying the makeup.
No.
We talk behind the scenes all the time, either
Yes.
through chat or text messages or phone calls.
And you
It's a
remember, you remember everybody's stuff because, like, you're like, oh, how's your sister doing? And
Mhm.
how's your doggy? Is he feeling better? I mean, like, you remember everything. And, I didn't become a teacher. Okay. Life is interesting in the way that when you're living it and it seems terrible, especially that first half in the beginning, when we're stupid, you know,
Mhm.
the men are even more stupid, but you don't know better. And you're not going to listen to your parents because they don't know anything. And you make all these mistakes. I am married to my present husband. Well, he says 35, I say 38 years because we lived together for 3 years. And to me, that was married. And he's my third husband.
Mhm.
And people go, what? And I go, yeah. The first two lasted 7 years each. And that was it. That was like I couldn't take anymore. So when I was married to him, and we were married 7 years, he said, are you going to keep me? Because he thought that's when the warranty expired.
They do say that though, after 7 years.
It was so
It's-
funny. Well, yeah, I had a cheater con man for my first two husbands. Um, Unbelievable. I didn't have a good picker, and my mind just wasn't fully formed. But to
You
get
got to
back
get yourself a stud finder.
a oh, I did some of that in the 70s. Don't worry, honey. I made in between those divorces, there was fun. But what I was getting at is all the bad things that I experienced later on in life. And when I became sober, if you know anything about AA, they tell you to be a sponsor once you have some time and help people that are coming in new. And I attracted a lot of women that came in with my story. And I
Hmm.
ended up, I probably sponsored a couple hundred women. And then I got it. When they would tell me their story, there was part of my story in there. I related to every single one, whether it was a physical abuse, whether it was something with their father. And then I went, I am a teacher. Ha. See, God, or whoever you think is running this place, had a different plan. You're going to be a teacher, but not an English teacher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I bring that up a lot in my talks because that's how it is. Are you going to get a good husband? Yeah, but not until you have two bad ones. And now here I am. So, you were married a long time ago,
Yeah.
sometime.
Well, not that long ago, my third husband.
Oh, oh, I told you I saw something. We are so like three husbands. There you go.
That's
All
it
right,
though.
that's
That's
it.
it.
You're not three and done.
I'm
Three
all
and done.
done. All done.
I tell my friends, if my husband dies before me, I am getting a dog. That is, I'm done with men. I'm getting a puppy.
I love my dog.
See? So, how long did each of those marriages last, if you want to share?
My children's father and I were married 10 years.
Mm,
And then I had an in between that was very short, 1 year. And then
mm.
Brian was, I shouldn't say his name. I guess I did too late for that, but
You can say his last name, so
7.
it's okay.
Well, we were married 3 and together 7,
Hmm.
but he was an alcoholic. So
Yeah.
that was a tough, tough 7 years.
Um,
Extremely hard on me.
I can relate. And I actually married my first husband twice. I wanted to be like Liz Taylor and Natalie Wagner. The younger viewers might not know Elizabeth Taylor married Richard Burton twice. And
Hmm.
was it Natalie Wood? I think that was her name. And she married can't think of his name. There goes a brain fart. See now. But she married one of those twice, and supposedly he might have murdered her, but they couldn't prove it.
Never heard.
What's his
I never heard that,
name?
but I'm not good at trivia.
Robert. It'll come to me halfway through the show. But anyway, the one I married twice was gorgeous. He looked like James Caan looked in The Godfather. Saw The Godfather. Did you see The Godfather?
Yeah, but
Sonny,
again,
the one that
never,
played, the one that
nothing,
played Sonny that
nothing
was,
sticks here unless it's important.
well, he was the one that was the tough guy of the brothers. And, his sister was getting beat up by her husband and he went to beat him. Well, he looked like he was gorgeous and he was a serial cheater. He
Mm,
couldn't help himself. I know now that he was sick. It was a sickness. And they talk about sex addiction. They didn't talk about sex addiction in the 70s. No.
no.
And in fact, it was 68 when I married him. I was very young. And that first marriage lasted just about a year. See, got something more in common. And the second one was because my clock was ticking and I wanted children.
Mm.
Do you have children,
I have two,
girls or boys?
one boy and one girl.
No, I have two girls.
Yeah,
I,
my
it's,
whole entire world,
yes,
obviously.
obviously. Do you have grandchildren yet?
No,
You're not going to believe this because I don't believe it myself. I have a great grandson. What? So, my oldest daughter is 52. And when she turned 50, I called her and I said, Trina, you cannot tell people you're 50 years old because I tell people I'm 50 and they believe it. So don't do that. But she's not my granddaughter had 5 years ago had a little boy. And I said, oh, now I'm a
Oh,
great grandmother. How am I going to say I'm 50?
that's nice.
It is nice. It is nice. And we have family drama and all that, but it's fine. I love them all, whether they're
What
being,
family does not have drama?
oh my God, it comes with the territory. It really does.
Correct.
But I married this jerk because I wanted children. That was the whole reason. And I got the children, but he thought he was a professional gambler. So he didn't keep a job and he would go out every night and shoot pool and play cards and think he was going to make money doing that. And I was on welfare. So that didn't last long. And then I won't go into the whole story, you have to read the book. But that's when I had to marry the first one again for safety reasons. I'll leave it at that,
Mm.
to save my life. The things we do. But at the time, it was necessary, and I did not drink until I was over 21. Yep. But then I found out later when I got sober, I was self-medicating with alcohol. I didn't
Mhm.
know, but now I know. So when
Boy,
I,
I know a lot about that. Not with myself, but with my ex-husband. It's
Mhm.
not, it's very scary. It's a lot for anybody to go through.
Well, yeah, because my twice husband that I loved till the day he died. I mean, we were divorced and everything, and we both believed we were soulmates. And I think we were soulmates, but we were very sick soulmates, if you can get that. And he drank and he screwed around and he couldn't keep a job. And one day I
Mhm.
said to him, look, I can handle you not working. I like to go to work. You stay home and clean the house. I can handle you drinking, sit on the couch and drink. But the cheating, that's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker. I couldn't handle it.
Mm.
And that was eventually what did it, just once too many. So, these followers, like they tell you a lot of stuff about their lives.
Mm. Some of them do share um a lot about themselves, but some are very reserved. Some don't even say anything, but they do in private. You
Oh,
know,
so you talk after.
they trust me. You know,
Yes,
that's
of
another
course.
big thing about being on there is trust,
Trust.
not
Well,
to take someone's business someplace else.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
it
Well,
is, I'm telling you, it's such a personal job. It's so different than anything in real life. It's not the
yes.
same as any other job I've ever
Yes.
had, and I take it very serious.
Well, you should.
You know,
And you're a loyal person and you
even
are.
though I'm laughing all the time in there.
Me too. I'm the same way. But with being a sponsor, we take a promise that we take their secrets to the grave. So when
Right.
we do the step, their fifth step, they're supposed to tell us all their bad, all their guilt, shame, all that stuff. And I was trusted with that, a lot of it. And for some reason, I have this gift, and I was young, so I know it wasn't senility. As soon as you're done talking to me and our session is over, I completely forget everything you told me. I really do. I can't remember anything you told me. So
Yeah.
that was a good thing. So they
Yep.
trusted me. Um, and there's a lot of people I couldn't help, but that's because they really didn't want to be helped, that kind of thing. I've listened to a little bit, and what's like the funniest thing that you've had happen during one of your live sessions?
Uh,
If not the
the
funniest. Something funny.
Well, the first funniest thing that ever happened to me is I held up a palette of makeup for the first company that I worked for, and their makeup was magnetized in a palette. So when you hold it upside down, it doesn't move or fall out. The nincompoop that I am, put the colors up on the lid to show the colors, and I lifted it up and they all went onto the floor, and I was like, oh my gosh, everything's on the floor. And I was probably still very new to the being live and
Yeah.
showing people things. And there I was like, now what do I do?
Get on the
My
floor.
makeup's on the floor and I'm sitting in front of people with
Yeah.
my mouth wide open.
Oh
That
my
was the
God.
first time that was I was like, okay, well, this is gonna have to be the way it is because
Yeah.
things happen,
Yeah.
you know, things just happen the way they're gonna be.
And you flow
And then
with it.
yeah, you have to. I mean,
You
I'm
have to.
always dropping something. My phone falls off the stand. The dog's barking. The fire needs to be fixed. You know, there's something going on all the time that's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
part of the show.
Yeah. When I first started doing the show, my husband, again, the Parkinson's affects his decision-making skills and the way we normally think. Um, and I said to him, whenever the bedroom door is shut, do not come in because I might be filming. It was like maybe even the first show. I'm filming and the door opens and in he comes. It's like I want to kill him. So
Yeah.
I just paused the recording and I yelled at him and, and continued on. But he knows now because even if I'm writing or doing some kind of stuff for I don't know why I call it a business. It's not like I make a fortune, but doing something for the business, he knows if the door is closed, don't bother me. Don't bother me. Give me my space, which
Right.
he's such a sweet man. But I have that little resentment that I only had like 20 good years and then he got Parkinson's. Like it
Mm-hmm.
kind of pisses me off.
Right. I'm sure.
I'm working on it, but it doesn't seem fair. So when you do you ever get like negativity or criticism when you're doing your show and being the kind-hearted person you are, how do you handle that?
Not always very well.
Well, then you're
I
human.
well, every day is different. I'm not always pleasant. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm tired too sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends on how it's handed to me. If
Yeah.
it's handed to me in an ugly manner, you get what you
Yeah.
give, and
Yeah.
that's how it is. Some people say, how do they say it? They say, I greet you with the energy that you greet me with. And that's pretty much what they get. If they're coming in to offer, I don't know, even even if they're offering it as good criticism, sometimes I
Structure.
still don't take it well.
Well,
But that's because I'm on the defense because there's so much ugly on the internet. There is a lot of ugly people on the internet. They're very mean.
yeah.
They're not
Oh,
there to be nice to you, I can tell you that.
oh, I
So
know.
you're on the defense a lot.
Yeah.
However, if I say something and they understand that I'm defending, they'll come back quickly and say, "Oh, I didn't mean it that way," or "No, no, no, I was just saying." And then the conversation just flows.
Yeah.
But if they're there to be ugly, they just respond with another ugly comment and then they head to the train station.
Yeah, you can throw them out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
That's good. We need that.
We
Uh,
came up with the train station one day and it's stuck and that's what we use.
train station. This is your stop.
It comes from the show Yellowstone.
I love this one of my favorite shows. If we
Yeah,
keep
that
talking, we're gonna keep coming up stuff we're just so alike. I love Kevin Costner, and
I know.
No, I hate it when he divorced his wife. He was with her so long, like 30 years or something. And I went, no, my hero, you fell off your pedestal. Most men do. So, your makeup tutorials, the makeup that you sell, did they train you in how to use it? Or did you have to
Um,
self-train?
they do give you some training. Well, the first company that I worked for did. However, it's sort of it's sort of scripted, and I'm not a scripted girl. So when you put it on your live, I just did it to the best that I could do it. And
Yeah.
you just get better with practice. And that's what I tell everybody all the time. It's practice. It's not really, somebody can't say, oh, put it on this way and it'll work for you. If it does for me, great. It's not always the same for somebody else. So, not so much training. No.
Yeah.
They tell
Trial
you
and
how to
error.
do it, but I don't know about training.
I think trial and error of your own face, everybody's face is different too, and you have to find out what works for you. And here comes another thing we have in common. It is crazy. I sold Avon for 25 years.
Hmm.
How is this happening that we have so much in common? And I was good at it. And awards, the whole thing. But try Avon at that point had been, it's like a pyramid, like you're selling, then they want you to recruit, and then they want your recruits to recruit, and it gets to be a little bit
It's not any
same,
different.
same
It's
thing.
not any different. It's still an MLM.
That's how they make their
Um,
money.
Everybody has an opinion about it, obviously. Not
Mhm.
everybody likes it and not everybody is supportive about it. But not everybody walks in my shoes either. So,
Yep.
a lot of people don't voice it in my live. They'll voice it behind your back. But I'm home. I'm safe. I have my mom and I have a home.
Yeah, you're comfortable. Yeah. Yeah.
I have everything I need.
You're
I have a
successful.
car. I mean,
You're successful.
I I can't complain. I built a team on my first company. I have a small team. I just started this company in April, so I will build a team and I will continue to learn.
Yeah.
Who knows what'll happen?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
I'm not saying I'm going to be here forever, but you don't
no,
know. My
you
path
never
is
know.
already
You
written.
never know. Um, when I moved to Florida, I had already been selling it 20 years, and I moved to Florida and I started getting into nursing homes because I visit somebody there and I'd stop at the nurse's station and leave an Avon book. And Avon at one time was huge, huge. And like people, there was just Skin So Soft and like different products that everybody knew. Um, and it
The
was
little
very popular.
lipstick
Yeah,
samples.
samples and certain kinds of makeup that's the only makeup they wanted. So it got big. My husband had helped me with it because I'd have a delivery. I had two big boxes to go to a nursing home. And I
Hmm.
was enjoying that. But again, 10 years in, the health problems started, So I had to cut down. I had to cut down. And so I stopped the nursing home things and little by little, I went from 200 customers to 50, let's say. And that's okay. I still enjoy doing it. Now, here's the kicker. Um, this is why I quit. Avon sold its business to a French company after like 100 years. Like Avon's been around forever. Okay. And when they sold it to this, they didn't change the name, still called Avon, but they changed their products. And they had to keep like Skin So Soft and certain ones that people, that was, something they had to have. But Trisha, they put all this skincare cream in that was like $300 and $400. That's not my base. That wasn't my
Right.
customer. My customers were, older women or working women, and they're not going to spend that kind of money on face cream, So
Right.
but it's funny we both tried that business area of
Yeah.
cosmetics and all that. Um, Geez, I'm finding out a lot here, and a lot of it is so familiar. So your lifestyle posts, I love them. You had one in the snow the other day with that awesome red outfit.
I've
You-
actually started branching out to that because of TikTok's
mm,
restrictions on third-party sellers. When they sold TikTok in October, they're coming down on third-party sellers, but not I don't think they're doing it to push us out so much. I mean, sure, they want us to sell
mm,
on their products only, but
mm.
you just have to figure out the way around it. And there is a company called, I believe it's LTK, and I know a lot of women that do it, doing their clothing
Oh, it's clothing.
style.
Mhm.
Yeah, like their outfit of the day or how
Ah,
to create a wardrobe with just 5 pieces of clothes
oh, I like
in a
that.
space. So I watch it, but I don't know how to do it very well, so I'm just dabbling.
Do they now? So it has to be their clothing that you're modeling, right? The LTK.
Well, no.
Really?
That you can get companies to sponsor you to use their clothing or however you want to call it. I don't know if it's called sponsoring, but affiliating with them. You can affiliate with companies.
And they'll send you
Um,
the clothing.
correct.
Oh,
But mine is not that way yet.
no, you're just
No.
exploring. So you're
The
this
only
is
the only ones I get are from TikTok Shop. I can get samples from TikTok Shop.
I never went on that. What do you do? Do you just type in TikTok shop or is there an icon to click on? How
There's
do
a
you do it?
shopping bag when you're on TikTok at the bottom of
Oh,
the
it's a
screen.
shopping bag. Okay, at
Yeah,
the
it looks like a little
bottom.
shopping bag.
Okay.
You have to have a number of followers, 10,000, I believe, before
Oh,
you can do the TikTok shop.
uh-huh. How about if you just want to buy there?
You can buy,
Yeah, okay, good. Well,
unless you're in Canada, you can't.
oh my God, there's so many can'ts and can do's and don't, and it's getting worse and worse every day.
And it
Ah,
changes every day too.
everything is. So I was going to ask you what's next, and if you're exploring things, and you are. And how about collaborations or something totally new and
It's
a project?
difficult to get them, difficult to get a collaboration. I've been trying.
Yeah,
A lot of people, well, I'll give you a little information that you probably don't even know. When COVID hit,
yeah,
that's when TikTok became TikTok.
right.
That's when most of the big creators that you see on there became big because
Yeah,
everybody was
it's
home in their
inside.
house.
Yeah. Hmm.
Right. So people like me that just jumped on at random out of the blue a couple of years ago, we are fighting for every breath we can get into that app. So as far as collaborations, yes, I ask quite a bit, and that's why I tag certain companies when I
I
am
noticed.
wearing my clothes or whatever I'm putting
Notice.
on or I'm putting
Hmm.
out for content. I'll
Hmm.
tag the companies. It takes time. You can't expect it all to come at once. So baby steps.
I looked at your program and your the way you have everything set up and the two live shows, how often? Every
Every day.
every
I've
day.
cut I
Yeah.
cut back a couple weeks ago. I took Monday and Friday out of the scenario so I could be more present at home for my mom.
So you're what, 10 and 3?
10 and 7.
10 and 7.
10,
It's
yep,
Eastern time,
yes.
10 a.m. and 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
Eastern. And how long are they? How long do you stay live?
It can be 2, can be 3, 4 hours. It
Oh my
depends.
heaven.
I mean, the other night I was
Wow.
on till 12:30, from 7 to
Oh my heaven.
12:30. But that's
You,
called after the live.
you know, it's crazy. Like when I first started all this stuff, and my friends were my age or older because I live in an over 55 community. And I moved here when I was 55. So I made friends with people that were 65 and 70, and some of them are still alive. And when I started all this, they didn't even know how to use their phones. They were
True.
having me, show me how to use a smartphone my daughter gave me. And they would say, how are you doing this? And I didn't do it until after I wrote the first book. So then all of a sudden I have the podcast and I have a YouTube channel. Okay. Because people like to watch stuff too, not just listen. And I have written 4 books. Okay. All different genres, all nonfiction. Okay. I don't write fiction. I have enough stuff in my life that I could write book after book. But I laugh because people say to me, are you writing your next book? And I go, I don't have time to write another book because the podcast takes up all that time. Like you were saying, I got to, well, I don't have to find the guests anymore because now that I have as many episodes, their PR people come to me you know
Right.
and I have the luxury of saying no, which I love that, because if it doesn't fit my theme, which is empowering yourself, and they just want to sell a book, I say, no, thank you, you don't fit my theme, you don't fit the mission. I love that. So that's power. But all that stuff, like you said, hours, and I can go
Mhm.
down the rabbit hole if I didn't have a husband. Like I'd be in this room a lot more. But sometimes I sit here and I go, hungry. And then I look at the time and it's like 7 and I didn't make dinner
Yeah.
yet.
It's easy to
Time
spend
consuming
hours talking to
hours.
these girls that
Oh yeah.
we just have so much fun. It is usually just fun, plain
Yeah.
old fun, because a
And
lot of us
that's
don't get out enough.
there's the other thing with the podcasting. I talk to people all over the world. Like I've done Peru and Brazil. I actually talked to this millionaires in New York City overlooking Central Park, Diane Gilman. She's called the Queen of Jeans because when she got older, she found out they did not make jeans for older women,
Hmm.
thinking about older women. And she had designed for Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix, right? We hit it off like as if we were in the same, it didn't matter who made how much money or where we lived. She was great. I did 2 podcasts with her. Great. So what I'm saying is I get to meet people I would never meet if I didn't have a podcast. And
So
you did too.
true.
You did too.
Yes.
All over the place. Well, I could talk to you for 2 hours. This is great.
Yes.
You're exactly what I thought. And I will be
Mhm.
on your shows. I will drop
I
in.
hope you do,
Yes, yes, I will. And I'm looking
even
forward
if it's
to,
just hi. I love it when people just come in to say hi. I just can't come in to say hi today.
yeah. And I'm gonna send you the links for this, the videos and the audios, in case you want to put it on your TikTok.
Darn
So
right.
yeah, you should. Well, that's marketing. You know that.
It's going on the TikTok. You can bet.
That's the whole thing. Podcast, writing a book, and then they forget they have to brand and market and do all this other stuff, right?
I
Like
might pick your brain about doing a podcast.
I would love that. I would love that. You can call me on the phone anytime. We'll talk.
Yeah,
Usually, yeah. Just tell me ahead of time the night before or something.
I
Well,
will.
it's been great. I hope you guys loved this as much as I did because I never did a live room before and I enjoyed Trisha's so much. And Now, Trisha's a little serious right now for this past hour, but she's not serious on her shows. She's very funny. So please check it out. Just write in spoiled brat, and you don't even have to put the number, right? It'll come up.
It'll probably pop up under just spoiled brat.
Well, I'm going to have links on this podcast and on YouTube, so they'll
Okay.
find you that way. All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I am gonna. Do you have a Kindle on your phone?
No, a Kindle? No, I don't think I do, but I
Do you,
could probably download it.
do you have any books that you can read on your phone, or
I'm
how do
not a
you?
reader.
You're not a reader. I was going to send you a Kindle version of my first
Well,
book.
you certainly can. You
I'll
certainly
send it to you.
can.
Now I'm going to send it'll come like an email, and then you click on
Hmm.
the email and redeem it. It'll be paid for. All right.
Okay.
We'll try it. I'll send it.
Yeah, I'd be
Thank
happy to
you
read it.
again. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'll have you again. I wish we could meet.
Awesome.
You're in Vermont, right?
Hey, you never know.
You never.
I have a whole plan for meeting my girls.
Oh, I love it. Well, if you're ever in Florida or even Pennsylvania, let me know.
I
All
will.
right. Everybody, be kind and have a wonderful day. And I hope you have a great adventure.